Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Know What I Mean Like. I have a pleasure to introduce my new guest from New Jersey. So, the Reign of the Hated band, the metal and metalcore. Welcome to You Know What I Mean Like, guys. And so, could you talk a little bit about you?
You want to go?
Mm.
We're a band that pretty much just started out. It used to be just me and a drummer, but after having COVID last April, Ophelia wanted to learn how to play bass, so she's been learning bass. We just recorded a brand new single we released Valentine's Day called Obsessive Romantic.
Yeah.
Um, we've tried to write music that's pretty much about real life stuff. Like Manic Psychosis was about bipolar awareness, partially about suicide awareness.
hmm So, who decided to create the name of the band? Who gave
I
the
uh
name?
I named the band Reign of the Hated.
What did you think about and when this came from, where this came from?
I would describe it as like the people who grew up like who was like I'm trying to think of the word here.
Fully.
Like people who were bullied and like disowned by their family. It's like they
Mhm.
all come together as one. It's like Reign of the Hated.
Yeah. So who inspires you in a like music band, um you know, for you guys to create the music and play instruments?
Mine's a lot different from his. I would definitely have to say Blink-182 inspired me. Amity Affliction, and another good one is Skinny Puppy.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Children of Bodom. Their frontman just passed away, Alexi Leho. Um, Motionless in White because I like Chris Motionless' voice when he does his screaming.
Mhm.
And in Alexandria, they're pretty cool. They got that like really screams when they used to be screaming.
Yeah. This is really good. So this question is a little bit personal. And what do you like the most, like in music?
I enjoy. I'm just gonna be serious. I just enjoy playing bass. It passes time by. When you actually get to put your emotions into music and play it from an instrument, it feels good.
You feel alive, and when you are playing and singing, that things gives you more like power, and the same time, you kind of feel relaxed, doing
Yeah,
what you like.
another way to look at it is like even after I'm gone, the music it'll still be alive. I'll still be alive technically.
Oh, this is pretty good. I like it. So what age you realized you wanted to be a musician?
Last year, I guess I kind of got thrown into it. My he tried to teach me guitar before, and I stopped because I wasn't really interested in it. I told him I wanted to be bass, and he's
Yeah.
like, "No, another guitar player."
Oh.
So last year, he's like, "I'll teach you bass."
For me, I wanted to learn since I was like 13. I started learning guitar, and then when I hit about 21, I started learning vocals, how to do the screaming and everything. Um, she pushes me a lot. Like when I first started guitar, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do vocals down the road. And she was like, no, well, you keep saying it, start learning how to start screaming.
Yeah.
Eventually, I licensed and started learning how to do it.
So I saw on YouTube maniac psychosis, and so you put on a social media that coming soon obsession romantic, and
Yes.
so for both these two songs, could you tell about this, the lyrics behind the song? It's like
Um,
the maniac psychosis talk about what you want to, to pass for people in this music.
with manic psychosis, we talk a lot about bipolar, and suicide awareness at the end of it, because there's a lot of people that suffer with bipolar, and no one really understands like what it's like to be living with bipolar in their own head. A lot of
Hmm.
people they're alone and that no one understands them. But for me, I'd like them to know that there's more people like them out there. They're not alone.
Hmm.
You got anything you want to add to?
A lot of people don't know what it's like to live with someone who's bipolar either.
Yeah, and the obsession romantic.
You got this one.
That one, it's kind of weird because it's like when you first start dating somebody, some people go all in and they start becoming like obsessed with the person they're starting to go out with. I know a lot of girls become obsessed with guys. They start looking into their backstory, their Facebooks, they're pulling up history from them that you wouldn't even think was possible.
Yeah.
Um, the lyrics I had to change a lot when I first started writing it because when I was writing it, I was writing it from a guy's perspective to a girl. But being in 2021, you can't put from guy dedicating to a girl dedicating from guy because everyone wants to dedicate a song to the person they're with. So I had to change it from like baby or girl. I'd have to change it to just baby so it's plural to be boy or girl. Um, the writing process for that one was a bit hard because I had to keep rechanging the lyrics over and over again for it.
So probably you should write uh, when it's like one EP with six, the same song, but six or seven different for each one, for boys and girls and boy and boy and girl and for for everyone that they want to, to give the song for for their lovers.
Yeah.
This would be good. So I started creating music last year. So and for me, I've never thought about it. And because I start doing, podcast and after that I was just like with my partner. He start, making music and like edits, and I was like, he's really good in all these kind of things. And then I was like, so I will try, to make something different. I don't have all the equipment and anything like that. I do all these things using my phone. You know, it's like playing
And
instruments and everything, and it's in on my phone. It's completely like sometimes when I talk with people, what I'm doing, and people's just like, do you these kind of things using just your phone? And I was like, so if you don't know, I don't know. And so one of the best thing, like for me now, it's talking with musicians and everyone that they completely know what they are doing and what they like playing instruments and edits and singing. And for me it's completely like great when I'm talking with someone that they completely know everything about music. And and I was like, okay, when they talk about something that inspiration and what they like to do, these give me, when you mention about the music, and this brings me like strength and so many other things, because sometimes uh, the things you said before about people outside with so many like issues and others they don't understand. So I had um I want to ask you about that because you told me that about like you're lost, and could you tell a little bit?
yeah.
Which one of our lost?
Are you talking about people who passed away?
Yes.
I think she's talking about your mom.
Last year before the band really started with like getting together, practicing together, my mom ended up dying April 5th of 2020.
Hmm.
She, me and her used to go everywhere together. We'd go to the movies, go out every day. She'd drive me to work. She was literally like my best friend at the time, and out of nowhere, she ended up catching COVID.
Mm.
And we watched her die right in front of us. We actually seen her last breath. Me and her were standing in the kitchen, and all of a sudden, she coughed and ended up passing away. Um, Shortly after that, I was hospitalized the same night. They said I had COVID, and my O2, which is the blood oxygen, kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And I got extremely lucky with that because the day they found out that the ventilators were causing a lot of the deaths,
Hmm.
they were supposed to put me on one. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're like, look, we can't put you on the ventilator, but we're going to try some experiments, get you laying on your stomach, laying on your side, see what we could do for that. Um, I was in the hospital for like 11 days. My mom didn't even get that lucky. The hospital came for her and she told them, look, I don't want to go because I'm afraid I'm going to die like my mother. She
Yeah.
was afraid she was going to be hooked up to the ventilator, not be able to talk to nobody, and just die. So she ended up passing away at home. And it's kind of hard because when you live in that house and you walk past the same spot where she died every day, it's like when I came out of the hospital, they had me laying in the exact, I actually had it marked in my head, the exact spot she died in the living room. And because I had a quarantine for a couple of weeks and they had me in the exact same spot.
Yes.
And shit, I'm like, I'm laying where my mom died. And you eventually, you don't get over it, but you start learning different ways to manage it. Like before my mom passed away, we had a band together. She used to sing and I used to play guitar. And getting back into music was very hard for me because it was something like, okay, I had done this with my mom for 12 years now, and it's like now I got to restart over again. I got to restart from the ground up. My dad came up and he's like, look, I built you a studio while you were in the hospital. He's like, your amps are down here, the PA system's down here, all your guitars are down here. He's like, you have to start going and playing again. He's like, I want you to take time from everything and just start playing music again.
Hmm.
It helped greatly because Ophelia wanted to learn bass. So that was a very, very big help for me
Yeah.
because my band from the last band were like, we don't want to do it no more. Your mom's not here. We're done. They're
Yeah.
like, because my mom had a relationship with the old bass player from my last band. They had like a side relationship going on, and
That was an
he
asshole.
was, yeah, that dude's an asshole. He was just like, look, I'm done. Your mom's not here. I don't want to work with anybody no more. And he's like, I especially don't want to work with you because you're her son. I was like, well, that was like a major, major kick to the nuts there. Because I was like, shit. I'm like, you were supposed to be there. Mom always said you would be my friend. And you're just like completely blacklisted everybody who was there.
It's
You didn't
all
want
right.
nothing to do with us.
One day we'll be on the TV and he'll look
And
up
he'll be
and he'll
watching.
wish he
Yep.
would have stayed with us.
But Ophelia and my dad were like big, big helps getting back into trying to get into the real world again.
Hmm.
Because after being in the hospital, you become scared a little bit. Like when you come out, what's going to happen? Like, am I going to end up back in there? And then even to perform again was really, really tough. But Ophelia was a very, very big help. Her learning bass gave me something to start playing again to teach her.
Yeah.
Um, we ended up recording. We ended up writing "There for You" about that because she had lost her grandfather the same week that I came out of the hospital. Um,
Right.
And I didn't even want to tell him about it till he came out of the hospital because he was dealing with enough and I didn't need him to be dealing with my problems as well. I just wanted him to get
Yeah.
better.
we had like a huge double whammy though because her grandfather was like father to her, and I lost my mom all within a 2 week period.
Yeah. When these I so just coming like just going back that I wanted to to know a little bit, and the moment that I was trying to explain about like the music, and when you mentioned for people outside that they have so like issues that sometimes they even don't know what they have, and it's so complicated. So um I lost my sister in 2019. uh, so was 1 month before got married, and I couldn't go, I couldn't stay at home. And so I'm living in Ireland. And and yesterday I was talking with my mom on the phone, and she said to me that she got COVID, and I completely understand what you guys, were going through, and all the situation, because then when I start doing my podcast and making, music and writing the
Yeah,
lyrics, I I completely, like, I understand for those, like, I don't have my family with me, I don't have my sister anymore with me.
I'm
and
so
and when I write kind of like music, it's thinking about her,
yeah,
and because I'm so far from home, just like talking with my mother on the phone, and I can't stay there, because of the situation. And all the countries is in lockdown, all the airports, it's closed. And and for me it's so hard, because if I try to explain, talk with someone, and probably, they are going through the same, or then, worse
yeah,
than my story, my kind of life. But this was, trying to say, it was like, oh, the music help people around the world.
yeah,
And doesn't matter, like, the language, if it's English, Spanish, or Dutch, or Japanese. But when when you start, like, making and singing, making music, and feeling, that you are not alone,
yeah,
you start getting, like, strength, with all the words and all the feelings of the music. So this is really, really good. So, and I'm sorry to hear that, for your mom. And it is really, really good talking and have you guys here on, what I mean, like. And so for the future, what do you expect for the future, like, for now on?
I just want to get a whole album done and try to.
loud.
Oh, I just want to get a whole album done. I want to try to put more emotions into the music for other people all over the world to understand and relate to.
Hmm.
For me, I would love to go on tour. It's something I've wanted since I was a teenager, at least try once or twice. Even if it's just like basement shows, go and do random basements or even backyard concerts.
Yeah.
Um, we had gotten a message on the Instagram account the other day, and someone said listening to our music saved their life, and I was like, wow, I never expected to be getting messages like that before. It was a great feeling to actually see that, like, wow, we actually helped somebody with our music.
Yeah. So
It
this
was
is,
that
sorry.
okay.
So this is really good when you do something, and you want to show more than your music, but it is like your feeling in your thought, and the same time that you care about so many people, around the world, for them to feel like comfortable and safe. This is really good when people start sending um, messages and thank you, for the song or for the video, for something that is special, you did. This is really, really good. And for you guys, for this moment, how you feeling? like in lockdown, and at the same time you're trying just like keeping your head out of, all this turbulence, or uh, what do you like to do just like in this free time that now everyone has?
I think we have too much free time. I just get a lot of depressed days where it's hard to get out of bed sometimes.
Hmm.
I do painting and I draw though. I'm trying to get back into drawing, and I recently did the artwork for the new,
Single.
yeah, for the new single, and I also did it for the band logo. We got some t-shirts printed and had them custom ordered. So
Hmm.
that's a plus.
Yes, bring in something different, like uh just to, to fill the gaps between, like if you feel something and then you just like put your heads in focus in different stuff and different things to, to do and feel relaxed. Yeah, this is really, really good. So the time that it's like it's not working, or because now this is, we have all this moment kind of like working all the time at home, because even if we are at home, but you know like creating music and lyrics and painting and doing so many other things, but for us it's a work, it's like it's a full-time job. Even at home. So what is the hobbies, like movies and different things that you like to do?
Um, Besides playing guitar and singing, I like to play card games like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Hmm.
Pokemon card game. We've been playing on the Nintendo Switch quite a bit. They have like Xenoverse from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
She's been playing Wolf Tales on the cell phone. It's like a wolf simulator. You can play as a wolf, a
So role
bear.
playing.
It's like a role-playing game. We've also gotten into baking and cooking a lot more, learning different recipes. We never got to make cakes or anything before, so we started experimenting, bought a little toaster oven, and we've been making cakes and brownies and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Also, we've been hosting concerts like outside our front yard or in the backyard. You can space people out. Everyone wears a mask. This go into a big concert venue, but it's helping people that aren't like really big known get together.
Yeah, I watched the videos before on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, they are really good. And then for me, I was like, I wish I do that over here, because it's like it's raining or it's snowing, or and sometimes the neighbors here it's so quiet, and then
All
I'm
the
so different in this aspect. And then I was just like, I can't sing loud, I can't play anything, I need to put my headphones and stay just like quiet. You know what I mean?
gonna be honest. We have been having a bit of problems with the neighbors. The
Mhm.
last show we had in December, then it was a charity event for a toy drive for kids who didn't have toys for Christmas. The neighbors called the cops at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because it was supposedly too loud.
It wasn't
And
loud.
I looked around. I'm like, it's not loud. You can't hear us down the end of the block. I'm like, even the cops just looked and drove off. They said, look, we ain't doing nothing. Just keep going. They said it's not annoying nobody. It's only 5 o'clock. They're like, just keep going. It,
Yeah, at this moment, like 5 p.m. until like, I don't know over there what, like until what time, probably
um,
until 10, like
10,
before
yeah.
10 p.m. And then, so I've never had these things up here because it is really different, like
Yeah.
in Ireland everyone kind of understand, but because I am like, I feel in a position like, because I'm an immigrant, and but I'm not feeling like that. You know what I mean? Because now I'm live here. My partner is from here, and so if neighbors or something like talk about something like, oh, hates loud, or he wants to do this, or but he can't. I have something like to say sometimes. You know, oh, I
Yeah.
respect you, you respect me. Even like you don't like me, but so you don't try to come across because you don't know me, I don't know you. It's like it's sometimes it's really complicated, even if it's like in the neighbor, because then lots of people, I don't know, did you grow up over there?
Over here, yeah.
Yes, so then everyone knows you, you know
For the most part, yeah.
I- yeah. And then you see this, it's like people that know you, they should like, oh, it's what kind of things that annoy me, and why they can't do what they want and what they like, you know
Yeah.
and it's still early, and they, you know I want to respect them, and they are respecting me. But kind of like sometimes people don't understand. If it's in general, now that you are talking, since the beginning about about problems, issues that people has outside, but it is sometimes complicated because people don't understand. And even
Yeah.
like that, because oh, they have like, not you, but people outside, and different people, they have something, but they don't want help. you know they can't see the word that people need sometimes help, because they can't speak what they are feeling. you know and you guys want to do something special for so many, like, different people, to bring like respect, and this bullyings that so many people went through in their lives, and lost as well. And you guys trying, to hold these things that you went through, and to keep, the life, and feel like better. But it
Yeah.
is sometimes really complicated when people don't understand, the parts and your feelings. you know but um so in general now, what is the plan? What is your plan? Like, you guys said about the music, and want to, to finish this project, and the album. And what else you have in mind?
One of the goals is to definitely go on tour.
Hmm.
I want to get to Australia.
Oh, really? Oh my God. It's like warm country, and going to the beach and stay there, just like. So
Yeah,
how many countries have you ever been?
none. United
None. Just
None.
States.
unite.
Just neighbors, just neighbor cities. And there's something like that you learned before, but you want to learn different things.
What? Sorry, it went out for a second.
So um like about instruments and different stuff, how many things have you ever like learned before, and you want to learn?
I have never messed around with anything besides the guitar and bass.
Hmm. But you want to learn something different.
Not really. Maybe a six-string bass.
Hmm.
I'm kind of happy being a bass guitar player. So
So this brings you like more, like, it's kind of like comfort for you.
yeah,
It's not like, oh, it's like different things that makes you feel like excited. like
Yeah,
piano, or it's like
no,
it's complicated.
yeah.
And for you?
Honestly, I've experimented a lot. Like I never played bass before teaching her.
Mhm.
Um, Ended up learning bass. My cousin was trying to learn drums last year, so I was learning drums a little bit as I was going to teach him. I'm good with guitar and vocals. I've tried learning different instruments, and it's just
Very fun.
it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, this is really good. So I tried before to learn, like when I was 9 years old, piano, and then my cousin, she was teaching me the first, just like the basic things, and then I stopped for a while after that. So I could just, if I said to you that I could learn more things just in the last month, because I was watching on YouTube so many like videos, and
Yeah,
and I was like, I could understand, the notes, and what was that kind of like notes, or so many like different stuff. And then 1 month ago, I started watching the videos and I could learn. And I was like, oh my God. And this was in front of me for for whole year. And I couldn't learn since like 9 years old. And now I'm just like in probably like 44 minutes. And I could understand everything. I was like, oh my God, you see. And and now I'm just like, the best part for me, it's when when I made my song. It's like was two different ones, and the other one I was playing, and I was like, oh my God, this is really like good, because I've never thought to make kind of this on my phone. And then people just ask me all the time, was like, how did you do that? And I was like, I just download the kind of app, and then I start playing. And this is like just there's no secret at all. It's just like you need just to use your fingers and between that. But it takes a
pretty
long
cool.
time, because it's because the screen, it's small, and then you need to record like really part by part, and this is the complicated part, because you
Yeah,
need it to put all together. But at least I have something like to do in the free time.
yeah.
So, one last question, if I have here. Um, so do you have your songs on Spotify?
Not yet. We were actually gonna be putting it on this week because we wanted to wait for the third song to come out, Obsessive Romantic,
Mm-hmm.
and we're putting it up this week.
We
Um,
were hoping it would be done for Valentine's Day, but it's like really running behind.
yeah,
So
it ended up a little bit behind schedule because when they mixed and mastered it, they put the background vocals lower than they were supposed to. So we're
Mm-hmm.
hoping studio sends us another mix today before we put it on Spotify because we don't want to put it up there and have it like incomplete and then have to contact Spotify to rechange it. So we're
Yeah.
hoping the finished version is done today, and then we're gonna put everything on Spotify.
Yeah. So, about the new album, can you tell just a little bit? Like, it's almost done. How many music, uh, like special feature, if you wanna, you know.
For right now, we just have the one song being released from it.
Mhm.
We call it Obsessive Romantic. We try to go in the studio with one song at a time because it takes a lot to master everything. Like the
yes,
our friend Glenn Raymond, he's a comedian, told us, look, he's like, you do everything slowly. He's like, be patient, make sure she knows her parts inside and out, make sure there's nothing you want to change before getting in the studio. He said be patient with it and do song by song. He said because you might decide to change something down the road, and if you do a whole album in one shot, you can't go back and change the song anymore.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for us to work on one track at a time than to do like a whole album in one day and be like, okay, we're gonna hit with like 5, 6 songs.
Yeah.
But we right now we're currently selling the EPs. We autograph them. We put a little picture of me and Affiliate in there.
Yeah,
We sign the pictures. We sell them two for $5 right now at our concerts.
we're trying to get more merch up there to be sold too.
That's yeah, we're trying to get more stuff out there. Our merchandise that's going to be coming out by the summer. They sell little lock and key necklaces. We're going to be having with our logo on there.
Mm-hmm.
Little necklaces, and we're going to have T-shirts by the beginning of summer with the band logo on it and everything.
All right. This is fantastic. I hope all this finish fast and soon, and you know for you guys, I hope you're like more than the best, and
Thank
then all these things you start like going the way that you want, and you are thinking of to do all these things, and because I know that this is almost like in the end, this pandemic, because it's still here, I am feeling
you.
like really, really like like if I say like crazy would be a little bit like hmm, not crazy but almost. So thank you very much again, and
Thank
Yes.
you.
thanks for watching us, and I hope you enjoy, what I mean, like, and if you want to know more, just check bio and check social media and platforms, and see you soon. Thanks for watching.